Welcome once again to Shabest Online Tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to provide a solution to this problem on the board. And the question is from Jamb 2022 Mathematics Past Question. The question reads, integrate 2x plus 1 to the power of 3 with respect to x. So this is calculus integration precisely. And here are the available options, option A to D. So we are going to solve this question then and pick the correct answer. So our function, we have 2s plus 1 to the power of 3 and we're asked to integrate. And remember the integral is integration sign. So into our function we have a 2s plus 1 to the power of 3. Then we are asked to integrate with respect to s. So we are going to have the s here. So what we are going to do, if you have integral in this form, we have different methods, but we are going to use U substitution method to integrate this function. And U substitution say we are going to let U to be the whole of this bracket. So we say let U is equal to this bracket. We have 2s plus 1, 2s plus 1. So the next thing we are going to do is to differentiate both sides. So if you differentiate here, we are going to have du, which is equal to, if you differentiate here, if you differentiate 2s, it's going to give us 2. And if you differentiate constant, it will be 0. So 2ds. So the next thing we are going to do is to make ds the subject of the formula. So we are going to divide both sides by 2. So that 2 here, then 2 here. So that these 2 will cancel these 2. So we are left with ds here. So du over 2 is equal to ds. So now we can come back to our integration. So the next thing we are going to do is to substitute. Anywhere we see 2s plus 1, we replace u. And anywhere we see ds, we replace du over 2. So we are going to have integral of, in place of here is going to be u to the power of 3. And in place of ds is going to be du over 2. So the next thing we are going to do, look at this, we have u to the power of 3 du over 2. And this 2 is constant. So to take these 2 out, we are going to take 1 over 2 out. So that if we multiply them, we are still going to get our function back. So we take 2 outside. So we are going to have 1 over 2 into integral of u to the power of 3 du. So now we can integrate with respect to u. So remember, in integration, what we are going to do, we are going to add 1 to the power, then we bring the whole power to the denominator. So we are going to have 1 over 2, open bracket, u. Then if you add 1 to the power, 3 plus 1 is going to give us 4. Then over, we bring the 4 down. Then you close the bracket, then plus integration constant. So the next thing we are going to do is to open this bracket. 1 multiplied by u to the 4 power, we are going to have u to the power of 4 over 2 multiplied by 4 is going to give me 8, then plus integration constant. And remember, initially we let u to be 2s plus 1. Now we are going to replace u now. So we should be equal to, in place of u is 2s plus 1, we have 2s plus 1. You put it in the bracket, raised to the power of 4, then over, divided by 8, then plus integration constant. So this is the integration of this function 2s plus 1 to the power of 3. So if we check the option, you notice that number A is not satisfy our answer, then but B is 2s plus 1 to the power of 4 over 8 plus integration constant. So therefore the correct answer here is option. Provide a solution to this question on the board, and the question is from UTME 2022. The question read, evaluate integral of sine 3s dx. So here are the available option A to D. So we are going to integrate this function, then we pick the correct answer. So the method we are going to use to integrate, we are going to use substitution method. We let u to be equal to 3x. So u is equal to 3x. So what we are going to do is to differentiate both sides of this equation. If you differentiate this side, we are going to have du, which is equal to, if you differentiate 3x, remember using power rule, 3x is raised to the power of 1. Then 1 multiplied by 3 is to be 3x. Then you take away 1 from the 1. 1 minus 1, it will be 0. And any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. Therefore, 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to 3. So the derivative of 3x is 3. So dx. So the next thing we are going to do is to make dx the subject of the formula. So we divide through by 3 and by 3. This will cancel this. So dx now will be equal to du over 3. So now we can come back to our integral. So we let u to be 3x and the x now will be du over 3. So let us replace them. So integral of sine, in place of 3x now will be u. Sine u, then in place of the x now will be du over 3. So we have du over 3. So now we are going to integrate it with respect to u. But before then, this 3 is constant. We are going to take this 3 out. And remember, the 3 is in the denominator. So therefore, we are going to take 1 over 3 out into the integral of sine u du. So if you multiply 1 over 3 with this, it will also give us the same thing. Now we can integrate sine u with respect to du. So we are going to have 1 over 3, we open bracket, integral of sine u with respect to u, it will give us minus cos u, then plus integration, so we can minus cos u, then plus integration constant, which is c. So now we can wait for that to open the bracket. 1 over 3 multiplied by minus cos u, it will give me minus 1 over 3 then cos u plus integration constant. But remember, we let u to be equal to 3x. Now we are going to replace u as 3x. So we are going to have minus 1 over 3 cos, in place of u will be 3x, then plus integration constant. So this is the integral of sine 3x dx. So if you check the option, we notice that option B is minus 1 over 3 cos 3s plus c. So option B is the correct by the solution to this question on the board. And the question is from UTME 2022. The question read, evaluate integral of s squared minus 1 ds. The interval is from 1 to 2. And here are the available option A to D. So let us integrate this and pick the correct answer. So remember, integration is just the opposite of differentiation. So what we are going to do here to integrate this, remember the interval is from 1 to 2. So in integration, we are going to add 1 to the power, then the whole of the power, we write it in the denominator. So what I mean is the integral of s squared minus 1 ds is going to be, you open a bracket. If you integrate s squared, we have s squared. So what do? You add 1 to the power, then over, then you bring the power down, which is 2 plus 1, then minus. Integration of constant is just, since we are integrating with respect to s, you use this x to multiply by the constant. If you are integrating 5 with respect to s, the answer is going to be 5s. We use the s to multiply by the constant. So integration of 1 with respect to s is going to be x. So we close bracket and the interval is from 1 to 2. So this s to the power of 2 plus 1 is also 2 plus 1 is also 3. Then 2 plus 1 here is 3. So what this interval imply, we are going to replace s as 2. This 2 is the upper interval and this is the lower interval. Always remember to start from you start your substitution from the upper interval, which is 2. So anywhere we see x, we replace 2 first. Then we take the difference of anywhere we see x, we replace the lower interval, which is 1. So let us see. So we have, in place of x is going to be 2. We have 2 to the power of 3 over 3. Then minus, we have 2 here. Then you close bracket. Then minus, then you input the lower limit, which is 1 to the power of 3 over 3. Then minus 1. So here now we can cancel this 2 to the power of 3. It implies 2 to the power of 3, meaning 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 8. So 2 raised to the power of 3 is going to give me 8. Then 1 to the power of 3 is 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1 into 3 places. It will also be 1. So let us simplify this inside this bracket. The LCM is 3. Then you open a division sign. 3 into 3 is 1. 1 multiplied by 8 is 8. And minus, this place can also be written as over 1. It's still the same. Then 3 into 1 is 3. Then 3 multiplied by 2 is going to give me 6. So this is the left hand side of this expression. Then minus, we simplify this. 1 can also be written as 1 over 1. It's still 1. Then the LCM is 3. Then you open a division. 3 into 3 is 1. Then 1 multiplied by 1, it will give me 1. Then minus 3 into 1 is 3. Then 3 multiplied by minus 1, it will give me minus 3. So we close the bracket. So the next thing we are going to do is to wait for that to simplify. 8 minus 6 is going to give me 2, then over 3, then minus 1 minus 3 is going to give me minus 2, then over 3. So the next thing we are going to do is to open the bracket. Remember, this is negative here is going to affect this negative. It will change to positive. So we have 2 over 3. Negative multiplied by negative is going to be positive 2 over 3. So the LCM here is 3. So since the LCM is the same, the denominator are the same, then we add the numerator. We have 2 plus 2, which is the same as 4 over 3. And if you divide 4 by 3, it's going to give us 1.333. So this is the answer. And if you check the option B have 1.3. And read, if y is equal to 3x sine x, we are asked to find dy over ds. And these are the available options, option A to D. Remember, dy over ds, this is calculus differentiation precisely. So I'll teach you a very short trick to differentiate this function with respect to x without the use of formula. It's just 2 lines. So what you are going to do, if you are given a function in this form, y equal to 3x sine x, you are asked to find the dy over ds. You write dy over ds is equal to, this is 3x and sine x. This is the product of 3x and sine x. We're supposed to use a product rule formula, but I'll teach you a very short trick to get your answer without the formula. The first thing you are going to do, you write 3x, then multiply by, then you differentiate the next one, sine x. And if the derivative of sine x is to give us cos x, then plus. The next thing we are going to do is to keep this second one constant, sine x. You write sine x, then multiply by, you differentiate the first term, which is 3x, and the derivative of 3x is equal to 3. Because using power rule, if you have 3x the same as 3 raised to the power of 1, and 1 multiplied by 3 is 3x, then you take away 1 from this 1 minus 1, it will give us 0. And remember, any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. Therefore, 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to 3. Using power rule, the derivative of 3x is 3. So, if you differentiate 3x, is going to give us 3. So, the second line, you just multiply them together. dy over ds will be equal to 3x multiplied by cos x is going to give us 3x cos x, then plus sine x multiplied by 3 is going to give us 3 sine x. So this is just the answer, just 2 lines. So if you check the option, so we notice that option D have 3x cos x plus 3 sine x. So this is the correct answer, option D. Thanks for watching, and please follow for more.